Welcome to Depression Talks. My name is Emmanuel. In this community, we open talk about depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. So hit that subscribe button because I promise you, you are not alone. Now, this live stream is going to be a heavy one because we're going to talk about being too hard on ourselves and worry. I have major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder. At least that was my recent diagnosis. And I recently went to see a psychiatrist and found out I was misdiagnosed. You can find that on my channel recently. But because of those things, I tend to worry non-stop. I tend to worry about everything, things that are irrational to worry about. So if you are in the same boat, comment down below. If you're watching this on the playback, comment down below and say, I worry too, just so I know that I'm not the only one that worries. But because of my generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, I tend to worry about things that are irrational. For example, I was talking with my father the other day, and it's been a little bit since this happened, but I was talking to my father, and I straight up said to him, I said, I feel like I am bothering you by talking so much. Or I feel like I am bothering you by sharing how I'm doing. He said, you are my son. Why are you worried about that? And I was just worried about just irrational things. I would worry about a conversation that has lasted over a month, 3 months ago. I was still thinking about that conversation and said, did I think about the right thing? Did I say the right thing? Did I not say the right thing? And then just constantly worrying about things that are just irrational to worry about. Along with those worries, by the way, let me give a shout out to everybody. How are you doing, Eric Stad? Dejan, what's up? South Korean British Potato. Eric Estad, what's up? Living Out Loud with Mo Nicole, how are you doing? Basie, Lulu, Hector, Kristen, the Underdog, Hannah, Lady. Wow, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. So, what's up, Aaron? How are you doing? What's up, Vending Guy, Lulu? I love seeing everybody in the live stream. So basically, with worry comes being too hard on yourself. Here, let me wipe this real quick because I have a gut feeling that this is okay. That's better. Way too hard on yourself. How many of us, and comment down below, how many of us are really hard on ourselves? What I mean by that is we tend to put ourselves down when we don't perform good enough. We tend to think that we're not good enough. We tend to believe that any action that we're taking is just, we're constantly saying that is not perfect, it is not just right. How many of us constantly, are being very hard on ourselves and saying things like, it's simply not good enough? Let's see here. We got, I'm glad you're back. Let's see. Eric Stats says, man, I feel really down today, man. I don't know why. Well, hopefully this live stream helps you, Eric. 88 Glamorous, what's up? Welcome from the UK. So Eric says you, Glamorous says you, Chris says I literally do the same thing you're talking about me. I do a lot, like a lot, okay? Hector says way too hard on myself. Lady agrees. Dejosh says being hard on myself is everyday phenomenon. The Underdog says, I'm incredibly hard on myself from what I've been told, but I feel like it's not hard enough because I never get anywhere. And I fight that constant battle as well. This happens to me quite a bit. I have to tell myself that I am worth it. I am way too hard on myself. I struggle with perfectionism, but I am learning to let it go. And Kristen says, I do as well. So being too hard on ourselves is something that a lot of us struggle with, a lot of us deal with. How do we combat that? How do we get through those moments where we're too hard on ourselves? That's currently what I'm raising my hand up and trying to figure out myself. Because what I tend to tell my clients when I coach, and by the way, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, I do offer one-on-one coaching. Go to emmanueljones.com and schedule your free session today. But I tend to try to, how do I get through those moments? How do I push through? What I tend to tell my clients is, you have to be a coach to yourself, okay? So I want you to put yourself in this situation. Imagine you had a child and your child played soccer, and your child went onto the field, and your son, I'm gonna come and say your son goes onto the field, makes a mistake, and then all of a sudden the coach starts yelling at him saying, "What are you doing? You are terrible. You are a terrible player. You are not worth it as a player. Get off the field." Do you think that you're gonna be happy about how the coach is treating your son? No. So, why are we treating ourselves the same way the coach is treating your son? We tend to make a mistake. We tend to not, be up to par. We tend to try and do something and execute and fail, and then we beat ourselves up. We're not good enough. I'm not good enough. I didn't do it right. Why am I doing this? Constantly putting ourselves down over and over and over again. Just like the coach and your son, how beneficial is that for you? How beneficial is it for you to constantly put yourself down and think you can't do it? That is what I am coming to learn. I can either make a mistake and say, you know what, get back out there and continue playing and continue doing your best. Or I can say to myself, I can make a mistake and give up and cry and be sad about it and then not grow from it, not mature from it, not move forward from it. So I've noticed with myself that I have been struggling a lot with worry and being too hard on myself. Let's see what you all have to say about that. Anyone else not necessarily diagnosed, depressed, anxious, but just find these videos pretty motivational and helpful anyway? Hey, oh, thank you. I'm glad that you relate to these videos. I have an inferiority complex where I feel I'm not good enough no matter what today. In the study group, my social anxiety took over, so I left because I felt like I was too boring and ugly. Sorry if this is too much. It's never too much. It's never too much at all. I appreciate you sharing that. And please know that, one, you are enough. You are enough, okay? Let me just say that one more time. You are enough. And two, continue to try to find ways to improve your social anxiety. Maybe go into a cafeteria for 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then continue to improve it. Talk with a counselor, learn different techniques. There's a lot of things you can do to help you improve your social anxiety. I'm perfectionist, and I always feel like I'm letting everyone down no matter what I do. So that's very interesting that you say you always feel like you're letting other people down. But what about yourself? Are you focusing on yourself? Are you saying to yourself, am I letting myself down? Like, you have to build yourself up before you can build others up. I never come onto this channel with the idea that I can help you out, but I can't help myself out, and I can make sure you're okay, but I'm not going to be okay. Make sure that you're okay first, so that way you can help other people. So don't think of it as, are you letting other people down? Try to think of it as, am I letting myself down? And if you are, turn that around. What's up, Jabril? Welcome to the live stream. Being Alien, what's up? Yo, what's up? I have improved a lot when it comes to putting myself down in the past several months by talking to others, exercising, etc. Glamorous, that is awesome. Hector says, I'll never be good enough for my family and I'm contemplating suicide. One, please call 1-800-273-8255. Again, 1-800-273-8255. If you're really truly contemplating suicide, then call that number right away. I don't want to see your light go out. I want to see you stay. Call that number ASAP. You are not alone. Trust me, you are not alone. The Underdog says, Emmanuel has helped me a lot in the last few months, and I have definitely felt less alone. Those videos where you seem to be really going through it is really upsetting, as he deserves as much support. Oh, really going through. I appreciate all the support. It's completely okay. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you supporting me and DT Nation supporting me all day, every day. What's up, the artist? So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm extremely hard on myself, 1 being I am not hard on myself at all. Where are you on that scale? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm extremely hard on myself, 1 being I'm not hard on myself at all. Where are you on that scale? The artist says 100. Oh no! You broke the scale. Eric Estat says a 9. F Cook says a 9. Dejan says about an 8. Oh my goodness. 5 to 6 depending on the day. Let's see here. Hector says, "Are you an empath?" Yes, I am an empath. I am definitely an empath. Kiana says in between 7 and 8. The underdog says about an 8, and Hector says 100. So on that scale of 1 to 10, we've had people say 100, 8, 9, a 5 or 6. We've had a lot of different answers, but a lot of them are the upper ends. What is one way to help ourselves not be too hard on ourselves? Comment down below. What's one thing we can do to help better ourselves when it comes to being too hard on ourselves? I really want to know, because one thing I do is I take deep breaths and take a step back and say, am I being rational? That's what I say. Am I really thinking rationally about this? Or am I just making up a story that I continue to tell myself over and over again that's not true? Ooh. What's one thing you can do? One thing you can do to be able to make sure that you can stop being too hard on yourself. What's one thing you can do? Hannah says positive affirmations. Yes, positive affirmations, positive self-talk, mantras, these are all things that I tell my clients to do. If that's something that you really are passionate about, write a mantra. Start speaking more positively. I could go deeper into that, but that's perfectly said. That's exactly how I felt. I would always watch these videos for help until I spoke to a therapist and he put on medication. I went from being depressed, bedridden, to about an 8 every day. Yay! Ooh! Yay! We got an 8 out of 10. That's awesome. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hector, bro, there's so much. Yes. I usually just count to 10 and reevaluate what I need to accomplish. Yes, count to 10. I like it. Change your self-talk inside your head as if you're talking to your best friend. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you are too hard on yourself, I'm reading out all the different things you can do right now that DT Nation has said. So if you're too hard on yourself and you really actually want to take action, write these things down right now, okay? Don't be someone that says, okay, you know, I'm too hard on myself and I'm not going to do anything about it. Don't be that person, okay? Do something about it. Take action. Write these things down. So some of the things that were said was, I usually count to 10. So I count to 10 and reevaluate what I need to accomplish. Change your self-talk inside your head as if you're talking to your best friend. If I feel anxious or depressed, I come to these videos. That's awesome. Like, you watch these videos. I'm glad they are so helpful. I try to accept the fact that I don't always have to try so hard and tell myself that I'm doing great. So positive self-talk, again, I can ask myself to do these thoughts help or hinder me. I can imagine I'm speaking positively. So you're imagining you're speaking positively and encouraging a younger version of myself. Yes. Yes. Exercise. Find a personal mantra. Are you writing these things down? Find a personal mantra. I use these too. I am enough and everything as it should be. Everything is as it should be. Yes, I like it. Write down the achievements and good things you have done in your life. I'm loving these. Find activities to focus your mindset, working out, maybe, or music. So again, if you're too hard on yourself and you're constantly beating yourself up, I just read at least 5 or 10 different things that you can do right now to help you better stop beating yourself up. Positive self-talk, writing things down, writing down your accomplishments, all these things. And Vending Guy says, I keep a mindfulness journal. A journal. That is great. So that's even better. So, first off, thank you for sharing all those different things. Thank you for really opening up and sharing those things, because Now that gives me more motivation to know that there are things that I can do to stop beating myself up so much. Now let's shift gears just a little bit. What's up, Trini? Welcome to the live stream. What's up? All right, let's talk about worry. How many of us, this is about to be a great live stream, how many of us worry? Worry. How many of us worry? Let's see here. The energy in this chat is giving me chills. I'm so happy that I found DT. I'm glad you're a part of DT Nation, son. I'm glad you're a part of DT Nation. So, so how many of us worry? And what I mean by that is you worry about your success. You worry about if you're gonna fail. You're worried about what you did yesterday, what you're going to do. You're worried about upcoming tests and exams. You're worried about everything. How many of us worry? Let's see here. What's up, Ree? Welcome to the live stream. What's up? So Vending Guy says, I do worry. Trini says that Trini worries. South Korean, British, I'm gonna call you South Korean, worries about exams. Lady worries about, says you worry a lot. We all do. I worry all the time. I worry about every aspect of my life and life of people around me. I constantly worry about my future and whether I'm going to lose my family due to them not accepting me. I worry about everything. It's so annoying. How do I stop? Almost every day, future exams, everything. So, two things. One, if you are someone that worries about everything, I hope that by reading every other person's comment, you see that worry is something that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with worry. And that's something that I struggle with. Oh, I struggle with worrying so much. This medication has been very helpful, but I tend to just worry about everything. What gets me through those moments is understanding a couple of things. One, my worry isn't going to help me. Being worried about something isn't going to help you, okay? What I mean by that is this. If I worry about an exam, is that going to help me with the exam? No. If I worry about talking to a girl, is that going to help me? No. So it's like, all right, well, there's no need to be worrying then because it's not helping me in the first place. That's one thing. Another thing that I tend to do to get through my worry is to say to myself, am I thinking rationally about the situation? What I mean by that is this. What is the worst possible scenario thing that can happen right now? Worst case scenario, okay? You get a bad grade on an exam. You get dumped from this girl or guy. You approach someone and they turn you down. You apply for a job and you never get it. I can give 1,000 examples. Worst case scenario that happens. Guess what happens? Think about what will happen after that worst case scenario happens. If I went up to a girl and she rejects me and thinks of me as a low person and cusses me out, what am I going to do after that? Well, I'm going to be hurt by it a little bit, go home, start playing games. Life goes on. I'm gonna go to work the next day, probably tell a few people about it, and then life goes on from there. What would happen if I got a bad grade in an exam? You best believe I'm gonna study my butt off for the next exam so that way I can get better grades. So that way I can still get a good grade in class. What we tend to do is worry about something without thinking rationally about its outcome. So I'm really trying to tell you is this. Life goes on, whether you worry about something or not. That's what's helping me get through my worries sometimes. Is that making sense? Comment down below, swag, if this is making sense. Let's see here. I don't remember what it's like to be calm. I feel you on that. Like today, I was supposed to hang out with a new potential friend and I was worried I'd come off as weird or something, so I rescheduled it. Hey, it's okay. You did that. You rescheduled it. Now, don't beat yourself up about it. It happened. You can't change it. So what can you do now? Well, you learned your lesson. You're going to now go back and say, I'm not going to reschedule. I'm going to make sure I do this. If they find me weird, that's their problem, not mine. Okay? I usually worry about the future. I think I'll never change and be better and keep doing bad habits. Sometimes I'll sit in the parking lot and change my mind and leave before a job interview or social event because I'll worry I'll come off weird. Okay, it's really interesting, and I want to touch about that because a lot of both of you have said, I'm worried that somebody else is going to think of me as weird. Why is that your problem? If somebody else finds you weird, why is that your problem? Isn't that their problem? Not yours. I don't know. I just want to make sure that we know the opinions of others is not more important than your own opinion of yourself. I hope you know that. Let's see here. My parents shared me a book in elementary school called Could Be Worse. I was reminded of it recently and it helped me out a lot. That's awesome. That's good to know. I always worry about the future. I think it's because my personality type as well, because I'm future oriented and tend to lose sight in the present moment. So Kiana, you said something very interesting. You said because of my personality type as well, because I'm a future oriented and I tend to be, so I'm not going to, it's so hard to do this, and that's why I do coaching, because we always act, as Tony Robbins says, we act according to who we believe we are. So if I constantly say to myself, I am a hyper person, I am a fat person, I am a future-oriented person, I am out of shape, I am this is who I am, you're going to act in accordance of that. You're always going to believe that. Instead, you can say things like, I tend to be future-oriented, but I'm working on it. I tend, okay, to do something, but it's not who I am. Huge difference. Hey, I see everybody in the same perfect sense swag. That makes me happy. I'm glad you never thought of it that way. Yes. Yeah, we got so many people saying swag. I like it. I like it. But yeah, so that's why it's so essential to, I just lost my train of thought. Blue, what's up? You said you're depressed. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's everybody feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's just do this right now. You know what I'm saying? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely happy, 1 being depressed. Where are you today on that scale? Because I'm getting a lot of different people saying that I feel great, I feel bad. 10 being extremely happy, 1 being depressed. Where are you on that scale? The ours is a 10? That's what's up. Oh, a 1. Oh, okay. I am sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope this live stream helps you. This is what this live stream is for. Trini is a 4. Dana is an 8. Hannah's a 4. Vending guy is a 6. The artist is a 1. Ugly Reflection is a 2. Kobe's a 3. I feel tired of feeling alone. Like I could be with my friends and still feel alone. Like no matter how hard I try, I just can't be happy no more. Eric, are you seeing a professional? Let me know. Are you seeing a professional counselor or therapist? I probably asked you this question before. Please let me know. About a 6. Elise is a 5. Blue is a 3. Solid is a 7. South is a 7. A 9, a 6, a 4, about a 4. School tomorrow brings the score down a bit. Understandable. Wait, change that to a 9. Yes, a Dijon is a 9. So we got people all over the place. And one thing, the reason why I ask that question all the time is because, similar to why I made that video recently about tracking your mood, is because you are able to see, last Monday I gave myself a 6. This Monday I gave myself a 3. So hopefully next Monday I give myself a 6 again, or a 7, or an 8. By constantly knowing how you feel and tracking how you feel, you are able to see there are moments that you do feel good. There are moments that you do feel low. And they're both okay. It matters what you do during those moments. That's what matters the most. I'm a 4. I'm feeling so hopeless and defeated about the way I am. I will be genuinely surprised if I get through this week. Thank you for doing the stream anyway. Well, 1, I want you to get through this week, okay? 2, I want you to know that you are amazing just the way you are. And 3, the fact that you said, and I feel defeated about the way I am, the fact that you can say that means that you are aware that there's change that you want to happen in your life. So it's up to you to make that change happen. Take action to make those changes happen. You can do it. Okay, Eric, he says, no, I'm in high school. My parents don't know how I feel. I keep my emotions bottled up. I am not going to put you on the spot. All I'm going to say is bottling up your emotions will make things worse and it'll make you feel like you are trapped. Bottling up emotions makes you feel like you are trapped, okay? Tell your parents how you feel. Tell your parents how you feel. Again, tell your parents how you feel. Whoever's reading this, I am so proud of you. You have survived your worst day. You are so strong. Yes! Yeah, yeah! Yeah! I like that. Eat me up. It wasn't supposed to end. I know, man. I know. I know. Trust me, I'm sad about that too. It's devastating news. I'm feeling so alone and empty, haunted by my past. My PTSD is strong. Hey, again, you're not alone. I want to stress that you're not by yourself. If you are a part of DT Nation, you can comment on all the videos. You can join the private DT Nation Facebook. Okay, let me just put this out there. There is a private DT Nation Facebook group where people post how they feel. People post images on positive, uplifting quotes. You can do anything like that, and there's a community there that's even closer knit than this YouTube community called DT Nation Facebook group. Go to Facebook, type in DT Nation. We're almost at 100 members. We're at 99 members. We're almost at 100 members. It's a really close group. So if you feel alone, that is a great way and a great space for you to feel connected with other people. So again, the link is down in the description below, the DT Nation Facebook group. Let's see here. I just feel this turning in my stomach, these teeth upon my nerves and pressure in my head. Man, I'm hearing a lot of people. I'm feeling you. Are there any ways to stop overanalyzing every situation and thinking about every possible scenario? For me, it kind of makes me feel safer because it's like I'm prepared for everything. That's a great question, and I think that the only way to do that is try meditation. Excuse me. Meditation. Meditation. What if you have absolutely no one to talk to? Again, I just told you about the DT Nation Facebook group. One of my favorite musicians once taught me the following: you are all a 10. Yes. How you feel won't change on its own. Stay strong and find a professional. Talk to someone. Someone loves you. I agree. How you feel won't change on its own. You have to take action. Hannah says, you're awesome for making all these platforms. Thank you, Hannah. I just want to make sure people know that they're not alone. I say that in every single video for a reason. I feel like I can't talk to them. My mom out on the streets and I never see her, and my dad just doesn't really care how I feel. I just don't know what to do anymore. Okay, talk to your counselor at school. Have you tried talking to your counselor at school? Have you tried calling 1-800-273-8255? Have you joined the DT Nation Facebook group? There are things you can do right now to help you better your mental health and continue to move forward, Eric. You got this, okay? You got this. Buried my brother last month, and I keep dreaming about hanging with him and my ex-wife. That, yes, I am very sorry to hear about your loss. I've lost family members before. It is I'm truly sorry to hear about your loss, and I'm rooting for you. I mean that. I am rooting for you. That new Mac Miller album has kind of helped for me. Good. Okay, I'm about to be extremely blunt. All right? I mean no disrespect. I mean no harm, but I'm rolling up the sleeves. I'm about to be extremely blunt. If you are depressed, okay? If you are unhappy with your life, you are unhappy about your current circumstances, you're unhappy about the way you feel about yourself, the way you look in the mirror, the way you talk to other people or don't talk to other people, you feel alone. If That describes you. It is up to you to change your life. Okay? Now, I am not saying, all right, suicide is the answer. Suicide is never, ever, ever the answer. Okay? Ever. I have attempted before in the past, and I'm telling you right now, that is not the answer. But if you want your life to change, you got to do something about it. To do the same thing and expect different results, that is not going to change your life. I wanted to make sure I said that because, sometimes, I say things nice and I kind of deliver things in a very, respectful way, or, I deliver things in a very just nice, respectful cadence. But I feel like I really had to say that because a lot of comments I get are my life stinks and I'm unhappy about where I am and I'm unhappy about this, and I'm like, what are you doing about it? And they're like, and they get quiet and they don't say anything. I'm like, what are you doing to change your life right now? Name one thing you're doing to change your life right now. And they don't name anything. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you expect your life to change if you're doing nothing to change it? So I really want to emphasize, if you want your life to change and you are unhappy, you got to step out of your comfort zone and do something different that you haven't done before. And that's taking action, that's seeing a professional counselor, that's talking to your parents, even when you're scared to talk to your parents, that's talking to a counselor at your high school, that's joining the DT Nation Facebook group. There's so many different things you can do to change your life. Okay. We need to stop with the self-pity and actually help ourselves. Preach. I don't know, the China virus has me feeling down because I stopped prepping about a year ago and now this is happening. I know, it's understandable. We got this, yes. I tell her all the time to take charge, but I never really do it all the time myself, but I do make more progress with it, and I don't see her doing any progress. I know I'm doing more, but every time I give her an example, she don't really do much. I want to be straight with her. What can I say? I must have missed... I want to be straight with my girl, but it's hard when I'm not a good example for her to change my life. Okay, so one thing I would say is, babe, we need to change our lives. We're in this together. We got to do something different because I'm not, doing what I should be, and we could be better than this. Say it in a way that says we, so that way it doesn't feel like you're just attacking her. How can you help yourself with social... Comment down any questions you have, by the way. How can you help yourself with social anxiety? So I personally don't have social anxiety, so I feel like I'm not at liberty to be able to say like, oh, try these things, and I'm not a professional counselor or a psychiatrist. But what I've heard is that taking deep breaths when you're in social situations, grounding, which means that you are taking deep breaths, but then you're realizing, like looking at the ground, you're touching objects, you're making sure that you are in the moment so that way you're not in your head and worrying about what other people are thinking. So deep breaths, grounding, and then slowly get yourself into it. Spend 5 minutes in the cafeteria and then leave. And then next time say, okay, I'm gonna stay in there for 10 minutes. And then you stay in there for 10 minutes and then you leave. Just give yourself time to slowly adjust to new social situations. That's the best way to say it, DT. Only you can change your life. If you want to change it, take action. Yes. What if you're clinically depressed and nothing you do actually helps? Okay. All right. Okay. Just so you know, I have clinical depression and anxiety. Okay? As someone with social anxiety, deep breaths and grounding really doesn't work. It makes it worse. Okay. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm giving suggestions. I'm not saying that this works for everybody. I'm giving you suggestions. If I were to, If one thing worked for everybody, then there would be no issues in the world. So that's one. Two, you said, what if nothing works and you're clinically diagnosed and nothing works? I, one, don't believe that nothing works. Only because I refuse to believe that. Because if I believe that nothing works, then I feel like there's no hope. And if I feel like there's no hope, then that's the downward spiral that I've been in before, and I'm not going back to that. So, I'm saying all that to say this. No matter if you're clinically depressed, clinically diagnosed with PTSD, clinically with anxiety, clinical anything, I don't care what it is, you can and will get through this. I don't know why I have this belief in my head. I don't know why I constantly have that hope. But no matter what you're going through, you can and will get through it if you take action and do things differently than you have been in the past. Okay? That's what I believe. That's what I believe. How to overcome trust issues if your previous relationship was abusive and toxic. I really don't want to lose the person I'm with now, and he is all 100% to help me, but I don't know where to start. I think the way you start is vocalizing and not bottling things up and keeping things to yourself. Okay? What tends to happen is we have trust issues from the past, and we don't share those issues with our partner because we believe our partner will be upset and saying, how can you do this and that? But I'm currently in a relationship, and I had trust issues, and I learned that if I wasn't vocal about my trust issues and the problems that I had in my past relationship, then I would never get past it with my current partner. So with your partner, talk to them. Say, hey, I have really serious trust issues when it comes to these things. I'm being vulnerable as heck right now, opening up to you about it because I really do care about you and I want things to work. But right now I am having these trust issues, not with you, but for my past relationship. Do you mind being patient with me and working on this together with me? Because I want to work on this with you. Was that helpful? I hope it was. Do you have any more questions, DT Nation? If you have any more questions, comment them down below. Just to give a really quick recap for everybody joining. 1, join the DT Nation Facebook group. If you have not joined that group and you're feeling alone, you feel like you have nobody to talk to, go on Facebook right now, type in DT space Nation and follow that group right now. I'll make sure to add you right after this live stream. That's 1. 2, when it comes to being too hard on yourself, remember, life is too short. Being too hard on yourself is not going to get you anywhere, so why be too hard on yourself in the first place? And the last thing is, when it comes to worry, I'm telling you right now, it sucks. But think about the worst case scenario and think about what will happen after the worst case scenario. I'm guarantee you, you're going to figure out real quickly, you are just fine. I'm at a point where it'd be possibly helpful for medicine for my depression, anxiety, and reservations, as I have seen friends with meds become zombies. Suggestions on getting over this. Trying it out, and if you don't like it, get off of it. See, I think sometimes I did the same thing too, because I'm on medication right now, and I was like, I don't want to go on medication because zombies, and you know, guess what? You can go on medication, and then you can get off of it. It's okay. It's not like you go on medication and you're stuck forever. I like this. You are beautiful. You are enough. You are wanted. You are safe. You are worth it. Oh, I see this. I love it. I tend to overcompensate by keeping myself busy all the time to deal with my depression. Do you think it's a good coping mechanism to keep yourself busy? Are you keeping yourself busy in a healthy way? That's my first question. Are you making sure that you're keeping yourself busy in a healthy way? And I mean, I can't sit here and say I don't keep myself busy, so I don't personally think it's a bad thing. I think that just still make sure you're taking care of your health. How do you deal with guilt? I hurt someone severely in the past and they're no longer in my life because of it. One thing I would do is, and I say this as if I don't have all the answers, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I would do is understand that I can't change what happened in the past. I can't change what happened. I can grow and learn from it. I will never hurt someone like I hurt that person again. That's all you can do. Sometimes all you can do is the best thing. And the best thing you can do is learn from it and grow from it. I'm super down because I feel like I'm never going to meet anyone else after my most recent breakup. I got told that I'm a handful, super weird, and not a cup of tea. I want to feel like I'm worthy. Okay, wow. You said a really big thing, Edgar. You said, I want to feel like I'm worthy. That means that right now your worth is coming from other things outside of yourself. That is a red flag. You want to make sure that you are happy with yourself before getting with someone else, okay? I was single for over, what, 2.5 years? And I that thought at the very beginning of my breakup, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna meet anyone that'll love me for who I am. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. Nobody's going to like me. And then I grew and matured and understood that my worth is not based on somebody else. Whether I'm in a relationship or not, my worth is not based on somebody else. I'm worth it regardless if I have somebody else or not. That's one. Two, I stopped looking. I was like, it'll happen when it happens. I got other things I need to focus on. I got goals. I got my own goals, my own ambitions, my own career, my own life. I don't have time to worry about finding the one because that one will come when they're supposed to. And that's exactly how it works. It just happens. Okay? So that's what I would say. Random, but I wish everyone in this live stream to heal from the past traumas. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks you a lot. I think that's me and everyone here just needs some time to forgive ourselves. Yes. Also, how do you deal with PTSD? I personally don't have PTSD, so I can't speak about that. But hopefully there's somebody in this chat that can be more helpful than I can. Yo, live in the present and with gratitude. Learn from your mistakes and never dwell on it. Yes. Thank you for answering our questions, by the way. Really appreciate it, man. You're welcome. Yes, it is. Okay. I've discovered I subconsciously believe I don't deserve good things. Trying to break that. Continue to work on breaking it. It's completely fine. So on a scale, so I asked earlier on a scale of 1 to 10 how you felt. 10 being extremely happy, 1 being depressed. And it's been about 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, where are you on that scale? So put your number before this and then after this. So say before I was a 1, now I'm a 2. Before I was a 1, now I'm a 1. So say before I was a blank and now I am a blank. Okay? All right, Hannah is an 8. That is awesome. That's what I like to hear. Eric says a 1, now a 2. So just like that, you felt a little bit better. Before I was a 6, now I'm a 7. Before I was a 6, now I'm a 7, 8. Before I was a 5, now I'm a 7. Before I was a 4, now I'm a 5. Before I was a 4, now I'm an 8. Wow. 9, there's no change. That's completely fine. So I'd say a 4, but I wasn't there earlier. No worries, no worries. So let's see here. 8, still a 2. I've been going out to work on social skills and hookups. Plus, I only been taking cold showers. That's been helping. That's good. I'm glad it's been helping. Before 6, now an 8. I was a 5 to 6. Now I'm a 9. Wow. So Emmanuel, it's great you mentioned your worth isn't based on anyone else because I realized I will never be enough for my family and I stopped trying to win their approval. Good. So I truly, strongly hope that by you seeing, even if you moved up by 1 point, that how you feel is only temporary. Even if you feel that much better, that means you can still be a 2, and that's more than a 1. If you felt like a 5 and now you feel like a 6, that means you can be a 6. You said you feel like an 8, you feel like a 9? Well, guess what? That's awesome. That's temporary too. It's all temporary. It's all temporary. Right now, I feel like a 7. Like I'm just chilling, I'm cooling. Just give a quick update. My medication's been interesting. It's made me worry less. And I feel very spacious in my head. Just not thinking about anything. Not in a bad way, just it's really strange. Like I don't feel depressed. I don't really feel anxious. And It's a strange feeling. Strange. How you feel is only temporary. I love that. Yes. It helps me, plus exercise. It makes me feel strong and empowered. Good. What meds are you on? I am on Lexapro, I believe now. I was on Abilify and now I'm on Lexapro. So that's been interesting. I've been on it for like a week. So even after a week, I already feel different. That's crazy. Lexapro has helped me a lot. Good. Yeah, I'm on Lexapro too. I'm not saying that's the one that you should go with. Again, talk to your professional counselor, professional psychiatrist, professional therapist. Do it the right way. Do you have any more questions, DT Nation? This is, again, the part of the live stream where I just answer your questions. If you don't, comment down below. Not comment down below, but yeah, if you do, comment down below your question. Do you sometimes deal with flashbacks from your past? Could be a past relationship or anything? Yes. I sometimes think about past relationships, and honestly, I feel like when it happens, and I can get lost in it sometimes. Like it'll be very vivid, but then I'll just remind myself, like, sorry, I saw a question there. Sometimes when I think about past relationships that didn't work out, and I'm just like, man, this happened, and they're that person. I thought they were the one, and blah blah. And I was like, the grass is not always greener. I'm better now. So, yes, I can relate to that one about relationships. I can't seem to find anyone. That's okay. Stop looking. Is Xanax good for anxiety? I've heard it was. Not Xanax recreationally. I'm saying doctor prescribed Xanax. I feel like a 6. Got you. What's your thought on dealing with depression while in high school, dropping out? Don't drop out. Do not drop out. Finish high school. I dealt with depression in high school. It sucks. I dealt with depression I dealt with depression my whole life. So it sucks. But don't drop out. Finish high school. Finish strong. Don't stop. Listen to your podcast, man. Much love. Hey! Comment down below. Do you listen to the podcast? And I appreciate you, Noah, so much for saying that you listen to the podcast. Thank you. Let's see here. Also, people who say that you are bad because you're different are really boring themselves. Preach! So does the previous diagnosis the last physician made actually seem wrong to you due to how this current medication is affecting you compared to the last one? 1, that's a great question. And then 2, I would say, I feel like this diagnosis is definitely more accurate, not based upon my medication and how my medication makes me feel, but based upon the symptoms that I'm having. Major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder. Sounds right. Not sounds right, but I looked into it and I was like, yep, that makes more sense. Where do we find your podcast? You can find my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, but the main ones is Spotify and Apple Podcasts or iTunes. So type in Depression Talks Podcast. Again, Depression Talks Podcast. Type that in on Spotify. It should be the first one up there or the second one up there. Depression Talks Podcast. You ever take music lessons, DT? Nah, I've never taken music lessons. But thank you. All right. Your podcast is one of my favorites. Hey! That's awesome. How long are you planning on being live? Nah, I don't like saying that. I wing it. I always wing it. It could be an hour. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 5 minutes. Maybe 10 more minutes. I didn't know there was a podcast. All right, so if you haven't, okay, Couple quick things. If you are new to DT Nation, because a lot of you are new, these are all the things that you need to know if you are a part of DT Nation. One, there is a private DT Nation Facebook group. Go to Facebook, type in DT Nation. The link is down. The link is down in the description below. Two, there is a Patreon group. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, donating to the channel, supporting me and my goals and dreams of doing this full time and helping people know that they're not alone, go to Patreon and donate. Your donations helps fund this lighting equipment that you see here, the microphones, the podcast equipment, all those things. So if you're interested in supporting and really helping join DT Nation and changing the mental health stigma, go to patreon.com/depression talks. All right. And there's a podcast. Go to Spotify or Apple Podcast and type in Depression Talks Podcast. Does anyone else struggle with feeling little to no joy because of depression? I do. Have you been depressed lately? How are you feeling yourself? I have not been depressed lately. I am feeling okay. I just feel very spacious, and my creativity when it comes to these videos, I feel like is going away. It's like my medication's helping me, but it's also depression was something that I felt the most in my life. So now that I'm feeling less depressed, it's weird. So that's how I'm feeling. I'm really glad you're here. You're figuring this diagnosis out. Happy for you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. My psychiatrist put me on. Does changing your diet help? Heck yes. Changing your diet is definitely helpful. Believe it or not, your brain is like connected to your stomach in a lot of ways. So if you're putting crap into your body, you're probably going to be thinking crappy things too. So definitely a healthy diet. How do you feel about Kobe? It's very sad. I am honestly heartbroken about it. Very, very just tragic. I've thought about that yesterday a lot and today. So, yeah. I found your podcast because I was very depressed and typed in on Spotify depression podcast, and your podcast came up. It really helped me get through some tough days. Oh, man. Dang, Noah. Thank you. You know, Noah, it really mean a lot for you. Okay, everybody. If you could just leave a review on Apple Podcasts, on iTunes, that would go such a long way. So if you listen to the podcast, Depression Talks Podcast on Spotify or on iTunes, please leave a review. It would go such a long way. Thank you. Speaking of gut stuff, I heard probiotics are good for that. Heck yeah, they are. They're definitely good for that. They're definitely good for that. All right. Are there any more questions? DT Nation? If I were to give a quick update while you type down your questions, I want to say that because I tend to ask a lot of questions, but if you stick around, if you want to know about my mental health update, I was recently diagnosed with a new mental health illness, major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder. I've been taking medication for bipolar depression for the past year. Turns out that was the wrong diagnosis, so now I'm on different medication. And now I'm feeling pretty good, but I am mentally... see you, vending guy. Have a good one. I'm glad that you joined this live stream. Thank you. And... yeah, now I'm feeling a lot better, but I kind of feel stifled when it comes to my creativity, when it comes to making these videos. I feel like I am, no, somebody's calling. I feel like I am, in a position where I can't think about creative ideas anymore, and I don't know what to do about it. So I feel like I have creator's block. That's how I'm currently doing. It's a struggle. I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this. I'm not sure how often I'm going to upload because of it. But I know that something needs to change in order for me to get back on where I need to be. So if you're someone that deals with feeling lost, you feel spacious, feeling lost, feeling spacious, you don't know what to do, trust me, you are not alone. And I feel you on that. Can you talk more about graphic designing? I'll give a brief. That's a really interesting question. I'll give a brief answer to that since this is a mental health. We talk about mental health here. But as a graphic designer, I just go to work and I create. Actually, I don't really do much graphic design anymore. I actually am a multimedia designer, so I do a lot more video and animation. But when it comes to graphic design, I used to make print collateral like brochures, flyers, pamphlets, banners, ads, blog post images, things like that. And now I make video and animation, like, so yeah, that's a little bit about my graphic design background. That was a really interesting question. Let me ask you a question. How about that? Since y'all been asking me questions, now it's my turn to ask you a question. What's one thing you are happy for? One thing you are happy for. What's up, Pink? How you doing, Cyclop? Pink Cyclop, I like it. What is one thing you are happy for? Just one. Just one thing that you're happy for. What is it? Dejan says, my kids. That is beautiful. I don't have any kids, but I see the beauty of having kids, and that's awesome. Shane Holland says, my parents. Awesome. What am I happy for? Yes, one thing you're happy for. Let's see here. My optimism. Ooh, Ree, I like that. I like that. What's good, Big Brown? How you doing, buddy? It's been a while. I say it's been a while, but the homie's here. My cat has become friendlier. Good. I'm happy that I took the chance to live my own. That is awesome. How old were you when you first started feeling depressed enough to get help? High school is when I recognized that I had a problem, but I dealt with depression since I was a kid. That's what the uncle is. Still living. Yes. Yes. And my BSF. I'm not sure what BSF stands for. I'm guessing you meant to say my boyfriend. But that's awesome. Let's see here. The two things I'm happy for, my mom and this one person in the world that is an asset to it. Yes, that's good. How it could be better? Coach Dez has hit me hard, so my mental health ain't that great right now. I feel you on that. I feel you. Let's see here. And I'm happy about I found this channel. Hey! That's awesome. Best friend. Okay, that meant best friend. Got you. Alright, so that's one thing you're happy for. What is your favorite artist? Your favorite musical artist? What is your favorite musical artist? Alright, what is your favorite musical artist? Mine is 21 Pilots. Mine is, let's see, who else? Mine is AJR. And yes, so what is your favorite musical artist? And it doesn't matter what genre. Alright, so we got Michael Jackson, the classic, the legend. Yes, Michael Jackson. The Weeknd, we got NF up in the building. Lauren Daigle, oh, I like that. Frank Ocean, Martin Page, NF again. We got two for NF. Saba, Sylvan Lakou, no name, just a few. Nice. Erykah Badu, 6 Lack. Hey, 6 Lack. Something, done it, and yeah, they call me 6 Lack, and I put it. Oh, okay. XXX. NF, I seen him twice in live concert, so happy for that. That's awesome. NF talks a lot about his depression and mental health. That's why I like him so much, and that's why I like AJR. Haha. Lauryn Hill, Fora, J. Cole, Ariana. 6 Lack is awesome. See him open for the Weeknd. Nice. Hi, Simple is Leanne's, okay. Fora, Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, Nicki, ASAP Rocky, Esperanza Spalding. I think DT Nation has some good music taste for sure. I agree with that. 6 Lack is pronounced 6 B Lack. Oh, okay, Black. And then we got Tom Petty. Nice. All right, so we got. All right, where's everybody living right now? Where do you live at? You don't have to like give, I live at this address. Don't give your address, but what city do you live in? What city, what country, where do you live? Give a shout out. Come on, give a shout out. Where am I talking to you from? We got New York City in the house. We got Maine, London. You should listen to Fora. I have listened to Fora. Fora is awesome. Kansas City, TNT, Massachusetts, Iceland. Oh, we got Iceland up in here. Latvia. I've never heard of Latvia. Welcome from Latvia. We got New York City or North Carolina. I'm not sure which, but NC. Terrace. Let's see here. BC, Canada, Denmark, Copenhagen. Wow. St. Louis, Missouri, Boston. We got people all over the place up in DT Nation because we out here, homie. Yes, that makes me so happy. I'm really happy to hear that DT Nation is spreading. Look, we got people from all over this place. All over this place. Yes. Let's see here. Houston, Texas. Latvia is a small Baltic country. It's okay. Oh, okay, cool. Dallas, Texas. York, Pennsylvania. What's PA? Welcome from York. And we got Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte's in the house. So we got people from all over the world. That's crazy. Crazy place, but we got shared in Mother Earth. Yes. Glad I found your channel. Love the energy and vibe. Thank you. I'm glad you're a part of DT Nation. So you all answered the question about how you're doing. You answered about what city you're from. You answered about what's one thing that makes you happy. You answered about what is your favorite band. And I have one last question to ask you. What's one thing you like about DT Nation? What's one thing that you like about DT Nation? Because this is a nation. Okay? So let's see here. Ask more questions. Good. Okay, you're not alone. Hopefully everything is okay. In truth. So what's one thing that you like about... It's a hard question. It is. You know? Okay, the new... I'm gonna call you the new. The new says, I think this is a good channel. Oh, hey! Trini Princess says, the energy. Awesome. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. The things you talk about on your podcast and your channel, I relate to a lot. Man, that's awesome to hear. Someone's acting real for once. I'm not sure what that means. Honesty, values, yes. Your personality, oh, thank you. Thank you. I wanted to ask that question because I didn't want it tailored toward me. I want to tailor it toward the community, you know? And just to hear your feedback about how you're enjoying DT Nation means a lot to me. So that's awesome to hear. I love how I can relate to you all. Every time I watch you live and interact, I feel so much better. That's awesome to hear. That is awesome to hear. All right, y'all. Well, again, join the DT Nation Facebook group. And, I like how we make each other feel less alone. Yes, one thing that we all... Oh, okay, wait. There's more. I'm sorry. One thing that we all take the time to do this and help each other, especially Emmanuel. Yes. I do need help. I love you. I love that you really want and do help people because you share and understand what we feel. And you are strong. You are the strong one who keeps us all together. Oh, wow, Elise. Thank you. Your support is amazing. So thank you. I love the topics. That's good to know. You have a great creative video. Thank you. Damn, I wish one day we could all meet. I know, if we all were in the same space, that would be so dope. I did say once I get and I believe one day that'll happen. Once that, I have 100 patrons, people that donate even just $1 a month, $1. But 100 patrons, I will fly out to one of the patrons and spend the whole day with them, go do a live stream together with them, shoot videos with them, and just have an awesome time. So that's after 100 patrons. So donate $1. Your dollar goes a long way. That would be so cool. All right, here we go. I really hope that you all enjoy your night, morning, evenings, and I'm telling you right now that one, you are not alone. Whether you go through, as you see, whether you go through breakup, whether you go through any experience at all, you are not alone. You're going to get through this. Stay strong, but it's up to you to take action to change your life for the better. It's up to you to take action to mature and to grow and to learn from all these experiences. Don't ever forget that. All right. Eagles, join the DT Nation Facebook group. You'd be surprised. It'd be very helpful for you. Join the DT Nation Facebook group. You should be a motivational speaker. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, make sure to thumbs up the video, guys. Oh, thank you. All right, the Facebook page is type in DT Nation. Just type in DT Nation on Facebook. You will find the DT Nation Facebook page. Okay. All right. I think it's time to end the video. As I always say, do you stay swagalicious and keep smiling. I love seeing that. Peace. I don't have a Twitter, and I love how y'all say my slogan. Oh my gosh, I love it. Y'all are awesome. All right, say it every time because it makes me so happy. Peace.